Welcome, friends. My name is Nayaswami Jaya, and today I'd like to address the topic of East meets West. When we read the Autobiography of a Yogi, we come to that chapter where Paramhansa Yogananda embarks for America in 1920 to begin his worldwide mission. And at that moment, Yoganandaji is a little bit nervous, and he asks himself, am I going to be immersed in the worldliness of the West and be drowned in materialism? And he goes to his home at 4 Garpar Road in Calcutta, and he puts himself in one room and he begins to pray very, very earnestly, praying for guidance and praying to Babaji that he be blessed in this mission he's about to undertake to the West. After hours go by of intense prayer, there's a knock on the door, and Yogananda answers the knock, opens the door, and there before him stands Babaji, who has come in to give him his blessings on the mission that Yogananda is about to undertake. And he tells him something, and I'd like to read this quote that he prophesizes, Babaji does. Babaji says, Kriya Yoga, the scientific technique of God realization, will ultimately spread in all lands and aid in harmonizing the nations through man's personal, transcendental perception of the infinite Father. And in the 100 years since then, I think we've seen that this prophecy has come true. But there is a second prophecy I would like to read also, and this one is when Babaji appears to Yoganandaji's guru, Sri Yukteswar, at the Kumbh Mela in 1894. At that time, Babaji tells Sri Yukteswar, you, Swamiji, meaning Sri Yukteswar, have a part to play in the coming harmonious exchange between Orient and Occident. Some years hence I shall send you a disciple whom you can train for yoga dissemination in the West. The vibrations there of many spiritually seeking souls come flood-like to me. I perceive potential saints in America and Europe waiting to be awakened. And it was Yogananda's destiny to fulfill also that prophecy of taking the teachings of the East to the West. And this was a critical aspect of Yogananda's mission, to bring about the harmony of East and West. And as he stated it, to blend or to harmonize the material efficiency of the West with the spiritual efficiency of the East. Each was lacking, and each needed to have that which the other possessed in order to bring about a prosperous, both materially and spiritually, future. And so Yogananda undertook this, and this is one of the aspects underneath his mission going to the West. And there's one aspect of that that particularly inspired me as I was reading those quotes, also other aspects of Yogananda's missions and Babaji's predictions, and that is that there's a divine destiny to the unfoldment of what takes place in this world, that the masters, the great ones, are watching over. And it's said in the Autobiography of a Yogi that it's Babaji's role to oversee, you could say, the spiritual unfoldment of the world at large in this age of Dwapar, that we're entering. And so to my mind, in the sense when we look about the world and we see confusion, we see the rise of nihilism, the chaos perhaps in this day and age, it gives me comfort to know that behind it all, there's a divine destiny that is taking us on an upward path toward greater awareness. Now, one of the aspects of Yogananda's mission of bringing about harmony, this blending of East and West, one balancing the other, is he was to show the underlying unity of the essential truths of the Bhagavad Gita, representing the East, and the Bible, as taught by Jesus Christ, representing the West. To show that underneath the surface of religion in those two scriptures, There's deep truths that are in unity with one another, that are Sanatan Dharma, that eternal religion that is true no matter what the time and age. And to be able to interpret both of those documents, both of those scriptures, and to show that underlying unity, because the underlying unity at the spiritual level underlays that unity which also wants to be achieved on a social level and on an outward level, on a material level, that both of those great masters, as other great masters as well, were speaking the one same truth. And so this position that Yogananda took of digging deep, diving deep into the scriptures, brought out in both of them those essential truths that is captured in them. Now, he always emphasized that there was a proper place for outward religion, outward expression, but outward expression alone is not enough. It must be based on something deeper, and that deeper need is for direct experience, direct communion with God. This forms the foundation of all religion, that we ourselves as individual souls find communion with the Lord. And this is the essential need for society as a whole. All the troubles of society that we see in today's world, all the trouble that we have individually within ourselves, the true cure is God contact. The true cure is oneness with God. And for that, Yogananda also brought the tools of Kriya Yoga, East and West, giving us that tool to be able to allow us to experience for ourselves the truth of those two scriptures, the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita, and also all true world scriptures. Joy to you.